Hi, I'm Jack, and welcome back because today I'm going to give you guys a review for a new Christmas movie that came out on HBO Max a month ago, but it is a sequel to an iconic Christmas movie that I had the chance to watch on Christmas Day recently. A Christmas Story Christmas. It is directed by Kaytis and it stars Peter Billingsley reprising his role as Ralphie alongside Julie Hagerty, Erinn Hayes, Zack Ward, Scott Schwartz, Ian Petrella, and many more. And with that said, let's get started. A Christmas Story Christmas follows Ralphie, who is now a father and a husband, as he goes back to his childhood home with the family after the death of his father, and he goes on a mission to do whatever it takes to provide a wonderful Christmas with the family. I hope you all are having a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful holiday with your loved ones, your friends, and family, especially during this magical time of year, and I hope you all are staying safe and doing very well out there. I am doing well, and I hope you all are doing very well too. As for A Christmas Story Christmas, I did not realize that this was a movie coming out until about a month before it premiered on HBO Max back in November. And so, because I really like A Christmas Story, it is a Christmas classic that I like watching with my parents on December annually. I was really looking forward to seeing what they have in store with the sequel because you have Peter Billingsley reprising his role as Ralphie all these years later. So I was very curious to go watch it on HBO Max. So now that I watched it on Christmas Day recently, I really liked A Christmas Story Christmas. It's a fun, worthy legacy sequel with a whole lot of fun, nostalgia, and heart while doing something new. Kicking off with the positives, I really liked seeing Peter Billingsley reprise his role as Ralphie all these years later. Now that we're following him as an adult, he's no longer that kid he was back in the first movie. He's now a father, a husband, and a writer. And we're seeing him just face the struggles of adulthood, trying to make sure that his new book succeeds and trying to find someone who would publish it. And so as dealing with the fact that his father has passed away and now he's trying to provide a wonderful holidays with the family in his hometown back when he grew up is a really good idea, and I think they did that really well. There is really great moments with these characters here, and it feels like a nice successor to A Christmas Story to where we're following these characters. Several years later, we even get to see Randy and Flick and Schwartz and Farkas and many more return from the original film into this one, and I really liked them here, the roles they played, and so is how we see what their lives have been like since the original movie, and so as following along with these newer characters, like Sandy, who's Ralphie's wife, and so as their kids, and just seeing their new dynamics play out on screen. I think the cast does a really good job here. It's really funny to where the humor very much is reminiscent of the original movie, to the style of humor, and the timing, delivery, and presentation of it is done really well. There are moments that had me laughing in my seat with how these moments are playing out, where it feels totally in line, like this would definitely be set in the world and town of A Christmas Story, and feels like a natural successor to where each of these actors from the original movie that came back had that same energy they did back when they were in the original movie. Now that we're following them as adults, the humorous moments are very funny, and so is being added with Ralphie's narration once again. Really hilarious in this movie. There are times that really just got a laugh out of me throughout the movie. It's also very heartfelt, where it captures the Christmas essence well, that Christmas isn't always about the gifts, and that it's about just spending time with each other and being very happy and showing gratitude with one another. It does that really well. And so as the fact that this story is following all of these things, and it does do a good job with the majority of those storylines. And I found myself really having a lot of good times with the movie, especially that it's very heartfelt, where it's not a nostalgia bait sequel where its only existence is to just make you remember how good A Christmas Story is. It's just the fact that it has those moments that have you remember callbacks, references from that movie, but it also tributes it well, does something new with it, where we're exploring this town in a new way with these characters being much older. And there are a lot of moments that really pulled on my heartstrings I thought are very cute. If you're a fan of A Christmas Story, I think this movie should really resonate with you a lot, especially because this is a really good follow-up to that movie. This movie also doesn't fall into a very predictable trope where with holiday movies you have an idea on how a movie is going to pan out. This movie does point out tropes and cliches with Christmas as a whole, which makes this movie funnier with how it's trying to do new things and not fall into the predictable route, which some of the funnier moments literally come out of that. And I think it's very funny and very well delivered how they have it pan out. And so is the more beautiful, heartfelt moments with these characters that are really well, especially Ralphie with his mom. There's some really subtle, beautiful moments that hit hard and are very resonant with a lot of people, and I think they do that side of things really well. From a character standpoint, it's really well delivered. On that end, this movie also has a very satisfying resolution with the characters in the story, to where it made watching this movie feel very worthwhile as somebody that likes A Christmas Story. And while it's not going to be a movie that's on the level or as iconic as A Christmas Story, it's still a very worthy follow-up to where I can see this being a really good double feature every December, so on and so forth. This is a movie that does a good job at not being safe. At points, it does some different things, trying to point out tropes that people tend to make on Christmas and having beautiful character moments, good use of nostalgia and fan service, and especially great cast performances from Peter Billingsley playing Ralphie in this movie as an adult. It's very well done here, and although there are storylines that kind of come and go, especially with the bullies in this new phase of the town, it does feel like there are aspects of the movie that just are there, but they don't really get as much payoff to it. It just comes and goes, and that's about it. But for the main central storyline with Ralphie trying to deliver a wonderful Christmas with the family after the death of his father, it does that, and there's really good payoff to that. So if you are somebody that really likes Christmas movies, but also just having very sweet and subtle and beautiful moments like that, you will be satisfied with this movie, because A Christmas Story Christmas is a fun, delightful sequel to that movie. There's a lot of funny moments to be found. There's a lot of heart and soul to be had here with great performances from the cast, and it is a very cute movie as a whole. So in the end, I'm going to give A Christmas Story Christmas a B+. This will be a good double feature with A Christmas Story, where while it's not as iconic as that movie, it's definitely going to be a worthy follow-up for this movie to watch every December from now on, because it's a really good sequel that I had a really good time watching. It's entertaining, heartfelt, fun, and it captures the essence and meaning of Christmas well, and I liked how we see the lives of these characters after the events of the original film. So if you are a big fan of A Christmas Story and you have HBO Max, definitely go watch this while you can. So yeah, that's my review for Christmas Story Christmas. What are your thoughts on it? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Stay tuned for some upcoming videos I have planned. I'm going to have a spoiler review for Avatar: The Way of Water coming to you guys soon, alongside some other videos I want to get out before the year is over. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for all that fun stuff coming your way. And don't forget to follow me on social media. My username is down below at the bottom of the screen and in the description below. So please go do that while you're at it. And thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. And stay tuned for more.